Nope, it is not a clickbait title. I am in Italy and there is a major problem with the car. I will tell you all about it, but to make sense of it all, we first have to go back to France. Good morning. It's already a bit late because it's 9. I woke up at 7 first and then, I don't know, I fell asleep again. So I probably needed it, so whatever. Now it is time for a lovely cup of coffee. Did you know that if you replace coffee in the morning with black tea, your life is actually going to be 78% more miserable? I do drink black tea. I bought this when I was in Jordan. I saw this little bag. I recognized it because this is the same tea I drank when I was in Iraq during the first world trip. So, brought back good memories. So I bought it. It's just a little bag, so gotta hurry up. Hopefully I can buy a new one in Turkey. And otherwise I have to change brands. I don't even know if this is a brand or whatever. It's black tea, it's really good. But in the morning I'm going to stick to some coffee. The car is ready to go. I am ready to go. Italy, here we come. Currently driving in Isola, and I think I have to get some fuel, because I don't think I'm going to make it over the mountain pass Isola 2000, so I'm not going to get a lot of diesel because I think it's a little bit expensive here. See a gas station right over there. So there it is, €2.89, which sucks just a little bit because I passed a gas station and diesel over there was €1.90. But what do you do about it? Just gonna put in for, I don't know, I think 20 euros, something like that, and then I will make it to Cuneo in Italy. It'll be fine. Just waiting for these guys. Come on! I got enough diesel to get me to Italy. Now it's time to climb up to Isola 2000, and that's where we're going to cross the border. Spotted the guy. I thought he had some car trouble and maybe I could help him, but turns out it was just an overheated engine, so he was just having lunch and waiting for the car to cool down. Okay, no problem. As you can see, I have arrived in Isola 2000. Let me get in the car because it is yet another beautiful day. Now it's only just a 6-minute, 3-kilometer ride to the Italian border. It's Col de la Lombarde. That's how you do it. So now I am pretty close to leaving France. Interesting because my Italian, I don't know if you know the scene from the movie Inglourious Basterds where Brad Pitt says his Italian is just perfect, and then
Buongiorno.
Which sounds really bad.
Grazie.
Meh. It's kind of me. But you know, I got my hands and I got my feet and I have Google Translate, so everything's going to be okay. I mean, like, come on. I still got a lot of countries to go where they speak languages I have never spoken, so if that was going to be a problem, I shouldn't have left home. Alright, so a few kilometers left and then it is au revoir France. Okay, I have to walk back a little bit because before I knew it, I passed the sign and there it is. Italy. Yep, crossed another border. Sweet! After this epic shot of the Italian mountains, a lot happened, but unfortunately my SD card had a massive error, so I lost most of my footage. That's why I'm going to fast forward to another massive problem that happened a few days later. Alright, here's the situation. I stopped the car, I'm somewhere in an open field, I have no idea where I am, but here's the problem. Every time I hit the brakes, there was a weird sound. It sounds like something is rubbing against the wheel. You hear really like this sound. I crawled underneath the car. At first I couldn't see what the problem was, but then I spotted brake fluid on the tire. That's no good. Which is a really bad thing. I noticed that the brake fluid pipe was loose, just a little bit, but that was the reason why it was leaking brake fluid. But then I looked a little bit closer and I noticed that one of the bolts of the brake caliper is like completely gone. It's not there anymore, which is a very, very bad thing because there are two bolts holding the brake caliper to the car. One bolt is already missing, and because there is a lot of friction every time you use the brakes, the other bolt was unscrewing itself as well. And because of that, there was, you know, a lot of play on the brake caliper, which unscrewed the brake pipe, the brake fluid pipe, which was already leaking brake fluid, so, you know, it was going to be a bit of a catastrophic disaster, because if I didn't notice it, I don't know, maybe in a couple of kilometers, the brake caliper would just completely rip itself loose, deciding not to join the world trip anymore. Which would have been a really bad thing for me, but also for the person that was driving behind me. So luckily, I just discovered it in time, and now I have no idea what I have to do. I'm pretty sure I have a brake caliper bolt with me as a spare part, but I have to find it. I have to look for it. Alright, so I turned the car upside down. I can't find the brake caliper bolt. It's a special bolt. There is a totally different thread compared to this bolt that I did find. This is not a perfect fit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the hole where the missing brake caliper bolt should be. This is going to hold the brake caliper in place. I'm going to tighten the original brake caliper bolt And I'm also going to tighten the brake fluid pipe bolt, of course. And, you know, that should do the trick. It's the only solution I have. That will hopefully keep the brake caliper attached to the car. And then I'm going to drive for 40 kilometers only using the handbrake and engine braking, and that is going to be a very interesting drive. So here we go. Let's see if this will work. Oh man. I put the bolt that, you know, doesn't really fit inside the hole where there used to be a brake caliper bolt. I've tightened the other bolt and I've tightened the brake fluid pipe as well. So now I'm going to drive 40 kilometers only using engine braking and the handbrake, which is going to be a very interesting drive. So let's see what happens. Are you ready? Go, 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 go. Stoplights are the most tricky part of the whole operation. So far, so good. Ooh, I don't like using the handbrake. Ooh. Getting better and better at this. As you probably figured out by now, I had a lot of fun using only the handbrake and engine braking. Anyhow, 1 hour, 40 kilometers, and many curse words later, I arrived, parked the car, and set up the rooftop tent. I took a quick look underneath the car. The 40-kilometer drive didn't do any harm to the brake caliper. In fact, the bolt I put in is still there, so that is good news. Alright, let me tell you a little bit about this place. This is what they call a agri-turismo camping, and the idea behind this agri-turismo is that you can stay here for free for 24 hours. You do have to pay for the electricity, but I don't need that. But to help this very friendly family and their company, because it's a winery, you can pay for a bottle of wine or for a wine tasting or even a dinner. So it's kind of like a win-win situation. You buy something from them, you're helping them out, and you can stay here for free. Now, I already called the very, very, very friendly owner, Lucia. I told her what my problem is, and she said it is not a problem for me to stay here longer than 24 hours, because, you know, it's going to take probably a couple of days before the spare parts arrive. Very friendly of her. She told me I should make myself feel at home, which I will, and now I guess it's a waiting game. Yep, this is also part of overlanding, unfortunately, but you know, it is what it is. It sure is beautiful here. Not a bad place to stay for a couple of days. Good morning. It is a brand new day. Today is Monday, and I have some good news, which is always nice on Monday, some good news, because it turns out I do have some spare brake caliper bolts at home. So my dad is going to send them to me along with some other stuff, because the maximum allowed weight of the package is 1 kilogram. So I asked him to fill up the box with as much useful stuff he could find. But you know, the thing with spare parts is the thing that breaks down is the thing you didn't brought along with you on the journey. You know, that's always how it goes. But then again, you can't bring every spare part with you, because you need a freaking trailer for that, or you know, a second Land Rover Defender that is going to follow you along the way. It is impossible. What you see behind me is my new ride. Yeah, because it is impossible to drive with the Defender. Lucia is so kind to lend me her car so I can go to the village Stradella to do some shopping. Okay, well, this is something completely different. All right. So the car is a little bit getting used to, but you know, it's the same with the Defender. Once you get used to the car, it's just you and the machine. The gas throttle response is well, just slightly different compared to the Defender. Oh, come on. Up. But you know, I'm having a lot of fun, and that's the most important thing. All right, I have arrived at the supermarket. Now let's grab a few things. All right, I got the groceries I need. Let's go. Every time I made a turn, I was like, where on earth is the blinker in this car? I was like, nope, this is the lights. Nope, that is for the windscreen. And then, oh, hold on, I found it. It is hidden. Because, let me see. Yeah, it is right over here. This is it. And I'm back. All right, I got the groceries, which will get me through the next couple of days. I am expecting the package this Friday. I hope so. That is 3 days from now. Not only did I bought some groceries for myself, I also bought a little present for Lucia. Some chocolate as a thank you gift for you know, letting me lend her car. The only thing is that I don't have wrapping paper with me, but the best thing I could find is a city map of Langres, France. So that will do the trick. So that's what I'm going to use. You know, gotta be a little bit creative, right? Ta-da! Beautifully wrapped. I say so myself. You know, it's the inside that counts. Well, I guess the weather changed. But that's sad. Also, everything is getting a little bit muddy around the car. Yep, and made a bit of a mess inside. But I'm doing fine. I'm okay. But a little bit of sunshine would be nice. Alright, so here's a little update about the package. It should have arrived today between 2 and 4, but guess what? I got a text message exactly at 1 minute past 2 telling me they couldn't deliver the package because nobody was home, which is a lie, because I'm here waiting for the package. So they, I don't know, just didn't bother to deliver the package. Which means I probably have to wait till Monday for the package to arrive. I got it. The package is here. Yay! So, Lucia. I was pronouncing it as Lucia the whole time, but of course it's Italian, so you pronounce it as Lucia. She was in the city, so she went to the pickup point to get the package, and here it is. Yay! Really happy with it, so now we can fix the brake problems. I just dropped the other one on the floor. No problem. There they are. Alright, recognize this. Made a video about it. It's a little step to get inside the rooftop tent, and haven't used it as much as I thought I would, but now I can use it as a base plate for the hydraulic jack, because the ground is pretty soft, so this is just perfect. So everything looks okay. This is the bolt I put in temporarily. It's still there. So this can go back into the box. And now we can install the new bolts. I should have turned the wheel to the right. It would have made my life so much easier. I know this, but you know, I already took the wheel off, got a little bit enthusiastic, dove straight into the brake caliper, and then I realized, there isn't a lot of room because there is a front axle that is obstructing the wrench, so it's pretty hard to tighten the brake caliper bolts. But I did it. But for next time, first turn the wheel, Eric. It's a bit difficult to see because, as I said, there is not a lot of room, but you can see the brake caliper bolt right over there. The thing is that I was struggling to get the wrench behind the brake pipe, this one, to get to the bolt, so I unscrewed this, so there was a little bit of play, and that was enough. All right. The bolts are in, just gonna tighten them with the torque wrench, and then it's done. It's just a simple job, but a pretty essential job. And that's it. I've tightened the bolts a couple of times, so it's done. Now I can put the wheel back on and leave tomorrow. It is a good thing that I can travel again tomorrow because, you know, first of all, I've been here for 1 week, and secondly, I totally ran out of groceries because this is my dinner. It is pasta with canned tuna and peas. It was peas and carrots in one can, but I ate the carrots because I thought it would be a strange combination with the tuna pasta. And I also have a little celebration wine. This wine is from this winery, and it's from the vineyards you see over there. So, cheers to the repairs, and cheers to the continuation of the world trip. Yay! Thanks everybody for watching. If you still need to subscribe, don't be like that missing brake caliper bolt and hit that subscribe button. Oh, and while you're at it, hit that like button as well. It helps a lot to grow my YouTube channel. Alright, see you in the next one.